With the coronavirus disease being a global health concern, some people are now wary of traveling overseas. Now, how are airports and airlines handling the effects of COVID-19? Joining us this morning is Candice Iyog, and she's the Vice President of the Marketing and Customer Experience of Cebu Pacific. Good morning, Candice. Thank you so much for
Christine.
being with us.
Yes, thank you for having me.
I like your smile. I'm hoping that you have wonderful news to share with us. But first up, what are the most serious concerns you find when it comes to, your passengers and traveling in general?
So since the travel bans were implemented, we've had to cancel 16 routes, all our flights to China, Macau, and Hong Kong. For those flights, we've offered refunds for our passengers. But we are also getting requests for refunds for flights that are not affected or not covered by the travel ban. And we do understand because people are worried, right? We get questions around, is it safe to fly?
Is it safe to fly?
Yes, is it safe to fly? And the WHO have actually issued that while this is a public health emergency, that it is unnecessary to actually restrict travel for as long as people who are traveling are practicing proper hygiene, that they are washing their hands, they're not touching their face. I mean, even the DOH have issued the same advisories. They've, in fact, even issued a clarification or a joint statement with the DOTR and the DOT saying that people can have public gatherings as long as proper hygiene is followed. So on the airline side, we've issued advisories also to our passengers. We get questions around, is the air quality safe in the aircraft, right? So we've given advisories to our passengers saying that our aircraft are equipped with HEPA filters and that the air quality is, the filters actually filter even viruses, right? Up to 99.9% of the viruses. And one fact that I actually just learned recently is the air is refreshed every 30 minutes, every 3 minutes.
Every 3 minutes?
Every 3 minutes. So the quality in the air quality in the aircraft is actually very good. Aside from that, we do regular cleaning or disinfection.
When do you do your cleaning or disinfection? As soon as you do the turnarounds, or do you wait till the end of the day?
So we do have regular turnaround cleaning and disinfection, or cleaning of the aircraft. But because we are trying to operate in this new normal, we've added additional measures for disinfection of the aircraft. And even the people who are cleaning the aircraft are actually certified by the Bureau of Quarantine. So not just the aircraft, because we also some of our flights operate out of bus gates. So we bring our passengers onto buses, and from the buses onto the aircraft. We disinfect the buses as well. So we're very conscious that we are in this situation where we're trying to go back to business as usual. And we don't know how long this period will last. This period of uncertainty will last. So we need to make sure that we're controlling what is controllable.
That's right. And of course, we can't stop our lives from continuing on, but we have to make the best of what we have.
That's right.
And trying to contain all this that is going on. Before I move on to our next question, I do want to find out, what would you say would be the tips for passengers? Like, if I have taken flights in the past few weekends, and everybody I'd see would be wearing masks. So what would you say? Okay, passengers, you are going to leave. These are the do's and don'ts. If you're sick, maybe not travel. How do we do that?
Yes. So aligned with what the WHO and even the DOH have issued now, the masks are not for people who are not sick.
Yes.
It doesn't really protect you from anything. It's really meant for people who are coughing or sneezing, because this is transmitted through water particles. So one of the things we've also done to equip our crew is our aircraft we have extra supplies of masks, right? So if there are passengers who are coughing or sneezing, our cabin crew actually give them masks so that they can wear it. And we've done a few things, like, for example, we've disabled online check-in for our international flights, as an example, because we need to do extra profiling at the check-in counter to see whether they've traveled to these affected countries.
Okay.
Aside from that, we've done a lot of communication and education campaigns, not just for our passengers, but even for our employees, so that we can address these concerns.
And of course, summer is coming,
Yes.
right? I mean, it's just like a month or so away. So what is Cebu Pacific, specifically, mga promos in terms of trying to spike up domestic travel, right?
It's a good thing you asked, Christine. So one of the things we're consciously trying to do, because we've had to reduce international flying, we've reallocated the capacity onto key domestic destinations. And so together with the different stakeholders in the tourism industry, like the Department of Tourism, who just recently announced as well that March is the Philippine Shopping Festival.
Yeah.
So we're working with them to make sure that we also align our seat sales and our promotions to help spur and drive domestic tourism, because tourism is a big contributor to the GDP.
Right.
And so we need to make sure that, and since we don't know how long this period will last, right? If we look at SARS as an example, SARS took 7 months before people started traveling and going back to normal and trusting and feeling more comfortable again. So, and because we want to make sure that in this period that we are doing everything we can to encourage travel. So we've cut our fares.
Okay.
We've added more flights to the domestic sectors.
And all of this can be found in your website. I mean, all of the seat sales and then all of these things.
Yes.
Okay, so wonderful. Thank you so much. No wonder you come to us with wonderful good news. And of course,
thank you.
It's time for us to get out and move on with our lives. But of course, do practice all of the, the proper hygiene.
Yes.
And all of these things just to stay safe. Well, thank you, Candice Iyog of Cebu Pacific.
Thank
With us
you,
this morning.
Christine.